Hey everybody, and welcome back to the On the Map Challenge on Alma, Missouri. Today is June 1st, and we are in wheat harvest today. This is our first field of wheat. We are just getting started with harvest, and this field is not only yielding good, but it looks very nice. This wheat has come up really fast. And then joining us today is Bill and Todd. They are both at the top of the field up there, and today we are going to be using our new auger wagon for the first time. If you didn't get to see the last episode, we bought two brand new pieces of equipment in the last episode. We sold all of our soybeans, and we paid off our loan, and we bought a brand new John Deere drill and a Kilbras auger wagon. So two really nice purchases. I'm very proud of them, and we are already using them. And something else that we are using for the first time is the combine has big tires on it now. We changed the tires back in the spring, I'm pretty sure, and now it has these big nice floater tires, and it definitely matches this combine a whole lot better. But we are getting this knocked out because we have to get all the straw off the field, and we're going to be putting soybeans in the ground right behind it, so we are trying to hurry and get it in the ground. But as far as I'm concerned, we have plenty of time. We have a good few fields to hit up, but this combine definitely does get the job done pretty quickly. And it also seems like we are getting full really fast on this field. The yield is absolutely outstanding on this field. We're in a little bit of a less yield spot right now, but for the most part this field it's done really well. And we are topping the auger wagon off right now. Here's Bill in the auger wagon. Basically what we will use the auger wagon or the chaser bin for is when the combine is out in the field, and we can just leave these wagons up here at the road. We will bring the auger wagon down to the combine and unload it to keep the combine running in the field, and we'll bring the auger wagon up here and unload it into the wagons. So it'll keep a steady flow of grain hauling out of the field while the combine is continually running. And what that does is just kind of keeps these heavy wagons up here by the road, keeps them from having a chance of getting stuck out in the field. It's definitely a good thing that we bought one finally. We've been needing one for a little while, and now I'd say we're big enough to need one. But yeah, you guys, we have a pretty decent harvest season ahead of us. We would have had a little bit more to harvest, but one of our wheat fields did not finish growing in June, which means we didn't get to harvest it. But we have about 4 fields of wheat to harvest, I believe. It could also very possibly be 3. I cannot remember the exact number. I think this is our biggest field of wheat, so it is going to take a little while, but I think we're looking at an easy 2,000 bushels out of this field at least. So super excited to see how much we get. And there goes Bill to unload the first load in the auger wagon. So he's just going to get that unloaded, and we're just going to keep on knocking this out because it is going very fast. And I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. It has been a few hours, and we are looking at about 60 to 65% of the field being done. Todd just left with the first wagon loads, which means that we just hauled out 1,300 bushels back to the farm. He's also going to set the auger up, and Bill is still carting with the auger wagon. But this is probably the smoothest I've ever harvested crop on this field. I'm not sure what it is about this time. It could be because I've just been steadily combining and Bill has just been unloading me, and I didn't have to worry about moving the wagons. I feel like these tires could be helping a little bit maybe, but for the most part it's just been pretty flawless. It's been a really nice harvest, and it's also been a really nice introduction to wheat harvest. This is the first field, and it's gone so well, so hopefully that's a sign that the other ones will go just as good. And another thing that I'm noticing that is really nice is we have gotten a good bit of straw off of this field. Not only is there plenty of windrows, if you take a good look at them, they're all really thick and full and nice, which means that the straw quality is very high and there's a lot of it. I'm seriously thinking we get anywhere from 30 to 40 bales off of this field at least. I think we're about to wrap this field up, and we're going to take it on down the line to the next one. So with that being said, I will see you all at the next field. Well, it is now June 2nd, and we have just opened up this field of wheat here. Bill is running the combine, and I am in the auger wagon today. And I can just say right now that it is an absolutely awesome morning, and we are knocking this wheat out. So out of all our wheat fields, this is the last one that is ready to harvest right now. Our last field of wheat is up by our farm. You'll know it's the field by the dryer because it is still green, so we will probably get to that in July. But we are in one of our newer fields right beside our newest field, and this does look a whole lot better now that we have crop in it and no more trees. But yeah, it looks like Bill is almost ready to be unloaded. Been a little while since he has run the combine, so it is pretty cool to be on something different. But this field is looking like it has some really good yield. It's kind of hard to keep up with the combine because how much wheat we are getting off of this field. And now we are a good bit full, so I'm going to bring it down here to Todd, and we're going to fill these wagons up. And there we go. Looks like Bill is only going to be doing 2 headlands, so he's just going to go ahead and get started on rows. And I should probably tell Todd to pull the wagons into the field because there's a hole right there. And now we are headed back out to keep an eye on Bill. Another thing I like about this auger wagon is it unloads so fast. We can dump out, I think the max on this auger wagon is about 750 bushels. On full, we can dump out every bit of it in like 20 seconds. But yeah, we are almost done with this field. I think I'm about to send Todd on his way with a full wagon load. Bill has cleaned up this whole side of the field, and now he's working on the top part. And this is just to show you how fast this auger wagon empties. We won't be able to fit this whole auger load in here. And it also looks like Bill is missing a few spots, but for the most part he has done pretty good on cleaning this field out. And this looks like this is the last pass up the field, so I'm gonna get him unloaded, and then we're gonna haul back to the farm and unload the rest of the wheat, and I will see you then. Alright, and we are back at the farm, and our job now is to get back on the baler and get this straw up. And we did leave the auger on the bin because as you can see, this field right here is our next field we have to harvest. It's like almost ready. The heads are popping out now, so it will not be long at all. That field has also never had wheat before, so I'm pretty excited to see what the difference will be compared to corn or soybeans on it. And here is our first field. You're just going to go ahead and get started. And there is our first straw bale of very, very many. This is probably going to take a good while, so we might as well get started. And I think right now, Bill and Todd are going into town, and they're going to get some seed for the planter. We don't have soybean seed, so they are currently going to fetch some so that we can throw some soybeans in the ground. And it looks like I was right. There is a lot of straw on the ground. We've already got 2 bales out, and we're not even around the first side of the field yet. And it looks like we have 5 bales on 1 pass around the field, so we're gonna get a lot of straw out of this field. I think now that everything's kind of over and done with, I think this is probably the best this field has ever performed in terms of yield, especially. Hopefully we can get all the fields baled and get the straw up today by all in one day, and then have all of tomorrow for planting. But we are going to get this field baled and then on to the next couple, and I will see you guys then. And now we are baling the last of our straw. We got the first 2 fields done, and this is the last one. So far we've gotten about 35 bales out of the big field in the corner back behind me, and then the smaller field right behind me. I think we're going to get about maybe 15 to 20 out of this field, because just like the first field we baled, the straw quality is very nice and there is a lot of it on the ground. We are getting this done a little bit faster than I figured we would, but it is taking a little while. And also we have some soybean seed on the farm now, which means that we have everything we need to go ahead and start planting. Bill and Todd went out and got it, and now it's back at the farm, which is really awesome. But with this being our last field, I think we just go ahead and we finish it. And I will meet up with you guys whenever we are done back at the farm. Alright, so we are back and we are done baling all the straw. As you can see, this is all of the bales we got off of the first 3 fields. I'm pretty sure there's 45 here, so definitely a lot of straw. And in other news, the 4555 is in the shop. Whenever we got back last night, we found a couple things that were wrong with it, so it is probably going to be in the shop for a little bit. Todd is staying behind to work on it, and Bill is coming here because he is going to be the one running the seed tender today, and I'm going to be planting the soybeans. And so yeah, Bill will be here any minute hopefully to bring this down to the field. I'm going to put the skid steer up and get on the planter, and I will see you guys at the field. Okay, so now we are planting our first field. It is getting kind of cloudy, so we are trying to hurry, but it was supposed to rain today. I'm not totally sure if it got canceled or not, but there is still a chance. Either way, we've already thrown the planter on the field, and we're going to get this done. All this stubble is left behind, and it'll give the soybeans a very nice place to pop up out of the ground. I'm sure these soybeans will do good and mature fast since we're planting them later in the year. I'm not sure how they will do, but compared to our other years, they are very hardy crops, so we're just going to give it a shot. And Bill is finally at the field. We had to take one of the boxes off the tender because I used most of it to fill up this planter, and it was almost empty, so I made him take the rear box off and put a new one on. So him being late is not entirely his fault, but we had enough seed to probably plant this whole field, hopefully. Also, this is probably our busiest summer we've ever had on the farm. As soon as it turned to June, we got out here and harvested wheat, got all the straw up, immediately put soybeans on it, and now we're about to have some more hay and alfalfa to cut, and then even more wheat to harvest. So I see this as a very busy and productive summer. We have never really seen anything like this. But we are done with headlands now, so we are going to go ahead and start with our rows. I'm just noticing how dusty this field is. Maybe a little rain would not hurt after all. We just need to get done with planting before it does start raining. But anyway, in some other news, there's a piece of land up the road from here that has been put up for sale recently. It is, well, it's actually 2 pretty decent sized fields. They're both surrounded by trees, and they are kind of long fields. The price is slightly out of our budget for a field right now, but I'm thinking if we either sell some of our straw, or if we even decide to take out a little small loan right now, then we could drill one of the fields in alfalfa and then put wheat on the other field in the fall after our harvest. So we are definitely looking at that field, because I mean, if we can find the money, and even if we have to pay it back eventually, it will help us out with hay, because we don't have a good field for putting some alfalfa on. Well, don't get me wrong, we do have a lot of fields, but a lot of them are for crop. Because if we put alfalfa on a field that we use for corn, soybeans, wheat, then that's less money we can use on equipment upgrades, new equipment, and even more fields. And the whole point of this challenge is to own every field in the map, so it would just kind of make it a little easier to buy one more piece of land. But you know, I'll talk around and see. But just keep your eyes peeled and don't be too surprised if we do go through with that purchase. Because trust me, you guys are really going to like the way those fields look. And so there we go. First field is all done. We're going to get the planter filled up, and then we are going to head to the next field. Alright, these are our 2 next fields. These should not take us very long at all to knock out, especially this field. And also, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the first time this field has seen soybeans. But here's this field done. We're just going to go across the road and hit this one. Try not to run over too much corn. This is very odd having 2 different crop types right next to each other like this. But like I had said before, next year this will all be one field and it will look a whole lot better. And now that we are working on this field, after a little bit of discussing, we are going to take out this island right here. either this fall or this winter. We're probably just going to bring our bulldozer out here after we harvest the crops, and we're just going to push the trees down and push them together and burn them. And then after we burn them for a little while, when it's time for tillage in the spring, we'll just plow them under. Because while it is not a huge deal, it is really annoying to plant and harvest, and it's just an obstruction, just this little island of trees. So that is also another thing that we are planning on doing. But this is our last field of soybeans, and then we are gonna head home and work on a couple things. So I will catch up with you guys in a few days. Well, everybody, it is now July 1st, and as you can see, our last field of wheat is ready to harvest, and we got right to it. This is our first pass around the field. We're almost around the field one time. We've got the wagons set up on the side of the field, and Bill is carting. The yield on this field is not coming out as great as our other fields of wheat did, and I'm not sure why that is the case, but don't get me wrong, it is still very good, but it's not great. But we also, last night, did get all the soybeans planted. So that is all done, and that just leaves this field of wheat to be harvested, and that's about all we have to do. But yeah, you guys, we are going to finish this field, and then we are going to call it a day. So yeah, I'm going to end this one here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.